No, fuck. Casually timed to charge my freaking. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. I'm gonna cry. My phone is charging. I'm scared. Like, I don't know. I feel like they did certain things just, a little too literal. Lex is way more shy than she should be. And I feel like, a little too publicly in love, for the two in general. I'm scared. Okay, next turn before emotions. Continue. Congratulations. No. Yeah, I don't think they understood the assignment. Help. Continue. Leah's added too. Imagine if just Leah ends up seeing this. Oh my god. I'm scared. I could adjust it, but at the same time, if I adjust it, we may get a 2.0 of whatever the frick this thing is. Because, like, bruh, I don't like this. Like, I feel like the only moments that. Okay, no. What? I think the only ones that are good are Toby and, I think Toby and Alora are the best. Cause, like, look. Fate round 2. LMAO. Please don't make that a thing. Statistically, this only gets worse. I'm scared. Oh my god. Could you stop repeating every damn thing about the two? Could we not get them as, like, everyone watches, even Toby goes quiet in innovation. Nikolai, pardon. Destiny has chosen the silent one. I love, Toby is a goofball. Y'all, Toby is a goofball, y'all. He is, him and Alora are chaotic, because I needed something funny about this roleplay. Destiny has chosen the silent one. Why is Nikolai added to this? You should see what happened last time. Good God. Hi, Fozzie. Destiny has chosen the silent one. Nikolai glances at the bottom bottle, then back at the group. Calm. Truth or dare? Quote unquote Leah. I'm scared. Oh, wow. Truth. I feel like Geo is trying too hard to be calm right now. Help. I think he's trying too hard to stay calm. Like, I don't like this. This is kind of weird. Leah thinks for a second, then simply asks, what do you actually think about all this chaos? The room settles again, even Toby waits. Okay. Just continue, normally. Continue. Nikolai didn't answer immediately. He looks around the room first, slow, observant, like he's actually taking inventory of everyone instead of reacting. Then he exhales lightly. It's loud. Unorganized, overstimulating, logical, inconsistent. That's called art, mister! Nikolai ignores him. His tone stays calm, but not cold, just honest. But it's not bad. That's so cool. Okay. He shifts his gaze slightly toward the group, more specific now. You all actually listen to each other eventually. That's rare. Pardon me. Pardon me! That sounded almost like a compliment. I did not find it a compliment. I found that offensive. Pardon. Aaron exhales a small laugh through his nose. That's lovely. What is this? Stop getting fancy with the words, please. I beg. I beg. Help me. I'll take it anyway. Fair enough. Why does Gio keep constantly looking back and forth at Lux? Pardon me? Sunshine, I'm scared. No, I'm scared. And Lux is the only one who makes the noise stop for a second without trying. Toby! Toby! Toby, I beg your pardon! Toby, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm scared. What is going on? Toby, shut up. Nikolai denies it, though, so I guess that's good. That was very much a no comment situation that turned into a comment. Nikolai doesn't respond to that, just looks away slightly. Leah clears her throat, moving the game along. Okay, noted. Next turn. Leah, I feel like you need some, yeah. The bottle is still in the center. The energy is a bit calmer now, not chaotic in a spiraling. Gio is still beside Lux, steady and present. I'm scared. What is going on? Toby is already waiting for the next victim of fate. Toby! Pardon me! I'm scared, but continued. I'm scared. Can we just... Wait, no. I don't think thingy. Please, I need a reaction. Like, Gio goes still for half a second when Toby blurts it out. Not angry, just caught off guard in that. Did I hear that correctly in a group setting way? Wow, I don't think. He slowly turns his head towards Toby. Toby. It's just his name, calm, measured. I'm trying to not overwhelm myself with these roleplays, so I had to keep the aggressiveness down. Plus, GBT won't allow certain things. Don't start assigning meanings to everything, she says, alright? His tone isn't sharp, more like jump through the... It needs to be sharper, bro. Bro would go full on personal. Okay. Update for Geo. Any mentions of Lux being together with anyone else, or Lux not, or Lux, or trying to keep Lux away from Geo. Yeah. We'll just go with that. Geo is, okay. Okay. That's not okay. Maybe? Oh my god. What is going on? I feel like... And the room can tell not jealous explosion. Dude! Geo is... Okay, no offense, but... Oh my god. This is not canon! It's not controlled, is the thing. Quieter voice, more direct wording, protective focus on Lux, not explosive, not... Okay, remove the not explosive, not aggressive. Remove the not aggressive, please. Because he can be harsh. Thank you. Okay, yeah, also can get jealous, but softer expression, quiet, emotional, clingy, uncertain, checking in. Not confrontational, but feelings are real and noticeable. Can I just... I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay. Geo gets really jealous and is very protective. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Now continue. And I'm scared. Okay. Leo rolls her eyes a little at the tension Toby just created, already moving the game forward like she's refusing to let it derail. Okay, moving on before Toby invents a relationship chart. I already did! Please don't show us. Next turn, please. Everybody watches, even Toby goes quiet for once. Blah, 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 blah. Spin the bottle. Lands on Blaze. Why do I feel like I'm being selected for trials? What? Truth or dare? Blaze leans back slightly, thinking. Truth. A pause Leah considers. Then asks something straightforward, less chaos, more real. What's something you don't usually say out loud when things get overwhelming? I think I'm scared too. I would genuinely be scared. Should I add Foz into the roleplay? Can I add Foz into the roleplay? Should I add Foz into the roleplay? Let Foz join the... Okay. Add character. Foz. Cake a vision. A fan kid from Candy's world. What gender is Foz? Could you tell me? They just spawn in randomly and get and just join the gay. Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm scared. I'm scared. The bottle is still in the center of the floor. Leah is about to reach for it again when the air glitches slightly. Not loud, just wrong for a second. A small shimmer pops into existence near the edge of the room like somebody loaded in a character too close to save point. Then Foz appears, standing there like this completely normal. Oh my god, holding a slightly messy cake-themed vibe. Like he just walked out of a very confused bakery's dimension. Okay, I didn't see that right happen, right? Nope, I saw it, unfortunately. Lux and Geo, no. Pause from another universe. Trust. Oh my god. Wait, I'm scared. I'm kind of concerned. Okay. Foz sits down like he belongs there, like reality just misplaced him and he decided not to argue with it. But Lex and Geo react a bit differently from the others. Blah blah blah. Why am I signing? Why am I signing? Can we get her to talk again? Why am I signing? Know him? Lux tilts her head, then makes a small soft sound of realization. She signs gently towards Geo. Know him? Not alarmed, just confirming. Why am I still signing? Wow. And then he just says, yeah, I know him. Calm, but there's a faint familiarity in his tone. He glances at Lux briefly. He's safe, ML. I'm just gonna say that. Just not from here. Hey, like no time has passed at all. Okay, so you two are not reacting like that's normal. That's concerningly calm. Explain not from here briefly. Geo exhales lightly, still calm, not escalating anything. Just someone from a different place we've crossed paths with before. He keeps it simple, no lore dump, no panic, just fact. Multiverse friends list expanded! I'm sorry, Pepper, I know I'm being insane. I'm being a little Multiverse friends list expanded. That's not inaccurate. Lex stays close to Geo, relax. Now that she's confirmed it's familiar, she makes a small sound again, then signs okay. Could we make her talk a bit more? Oh my god. Not even our role plays are this bad. Like, genuinely. This is so much worse. Geo's posture eases slightly at that, like her reaction is what matters most to him. Is that true? Sunshine? Is that true? Where, like her reaction is what matters most to him. Like, I need to know. But it's like, yeah, it's okay. I have social liosis at times. What the heck? Fine, I'm not questioning it further unless something explodes. It's going to explode. It's definitely going to explode. I didn't bring explosives. What is... Then that is what an explosive would say. What is... Why is Foz becoming a victim? Foz, you're being antagonized right now. And just like that, Foz is officially integrated into the group, not as a threat, not as chaos incarnate. It just continue. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Proceed. Viewers are both laughing and kind of scared. Continue. Leah pitches the bridge of her nose again, already accepting that normal sleepover roles died a while ago. Yes, accept this. Okay, moving on. If we keep acknowledging every reality glitch, we're never finishing one round. Foz is already comfortably sitting like he pays rent here now. What? Toby is still staring at him like he's a rare DLC character. Help. Blaze is watching the room like she's predicting future disasters. Oh, Aaron is trying to not become the why is this happening spokesperson again. Geo stays close to Lux, steady as always. Lux is calm now too, just quietly observing Foz with soft recognition instead of confusion. Leah spins the bottle again. It clacks, slows, lands on Toby. Destiny calls me! LMAO. Destiny calls my name. Can we just be for real? Can we just appreciate Toby for a second? Can we just appreciate Toby for a second? LMAO. Help! Of course it does. I'm scared of what he's going to choose. Toby, truth or dare, and don't you dare say something illegal. Dare! In collective silence, Leah shows exhale. Slowly exhales. Why did I expect anything else? Geo glances at Lux briefly, still okay. Why are we stuck in a loop? We're stuck in a loop where, like, every single time something happens, Geo immediately checks to make sure Lux is okay. I'm not sure how, like, literally every single reply he just looks at Lux, making sure she was okay. Foz watches like he's enjoying the simulation. Foz, are you enjoying this? Fuzzy, I don't think he, oh, darn it. Hold her hand like I normally make Geo hold. And make him stop We need to be free from the loop. From the loop, I beg. Or something like that for comfort. I don't... You don't understand. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Leah thinks for a second, then picks something controlled by risky. But still risky enough for him. You are not allowed to cause chaos for the next 2 minutes. This is oppression. This is the best dare you've ever been given. Please obey it for once in your life. I accept temporary peace. Then Leah is really. Did we forget about? But I will remember this. Noticed. What the fuck? I don't like that. Can Lux stop being as shy and genuinely talk and not be as much sensitive to jokes / sarcasm? Please, my boyfriend's judging this. My boyfriend's judging this. Is judging this. Continue. Like, bro, my tear, you didn't need to tell them. I don't care, they don't give a freak. Welcome to my house. I hate that he's right. Welcome to the house. And exactly 2 minutes later, there isn't. Oh my god, just quiet. I don't know. How the frick do I fix this? Can I please? Geo is not that calm. He is not chill. He is not the chill guy. So he would not be relaxed and stuff. What? You're not. Alert, emotionally intense, internally protective energy, always present. Outward calm can slip depending on situation. No! Remove calm! Remove calm! Remove calm! He tries to, stay, sturdy. Sturdy, holy frick. I'm trying to figure this out slowly. Okay, not calm to relaxed, not outwardly chill or emotionally steady. He is tense under the surface most of the time. Protective and reactive when Lux is involved. Trying to stay sturdy, not calm, sturdy, assertive, not. Okay, I feel like that's kind of better. I don't know why, because now they're both, like, I don't know. Not soft, not calm, just focus. Stay with me, Sunflower. Quiet, direct. Like, it matters more than anything else happening in the room. That's probably, honestly, the closest we're gonna get, y'all. That's probably the closest we're gonna get. And then Lex just says, I am simple, steady, present, no confusion, no overthinking. Okay, I overthink, but okay. then steadies again, like he's actively forcing himself to stay controlled instead of spiraling into reaction. Yeah, okay, he's in the don't test me mode. Noted. As long as it doesn't escalate, we continue. Foz watches quietly, interested but not interfering. I will observe respectfully. Geo doesn't look at anyone for long. His focus stays split, half the room, half Lux, but Lux is the only part he's fully anchored to. Hi! I feel like that's the closest we're gonna get. Sunshine, I feel like that's the closest we're gonna get. Sunshine. Okay. Tip. For Lux and Geo's relationship, please add on they both keep each other mentally stable the best they can. Also, Lux overthinks, apologizes a lot. And, she tries to stay strong for everyone, but mainly Geo. Also, main Sunshine as Geo's, nickname for her, please. I'm trying to fix Lux now. I'm praying to God it won't affect Geo, though. Blah, blah, blah. Can you just, like, mutual dynamic, important corp. Not a fix, blah, 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 blah. They both try to stay okay for everyone else, but they try harder for each other, and that's what keeps them steady most of the time. Hey! Key emotional truth of their bond. They both try to stay okay for everyone else, but they try harder for each other, and that's what keeps them steady most of the time. I'll apply this constantly in the roleplay going forward. Sure, why not? That's the closest you'll get. Yay, Sunshine's here to help me. For God's sakes. Okay. Got it, I'll stick to that. Okay, continue, please. I need to know. It clacks once against the floor, spins slow, everyone watches. Toby is trying to behave, but clearly vibrating with restraint. He is the chaotic person. Let's not forget about Allura, please. Let's not forget about the fact Allura and Toby are chaotic duos. So don't forget Allura. Okay. Time to go ahead and just... Yeah, okay. Continue, please. Leah spins the bottle again. It clacks once against the floor, spins, slows. Everyone watches. Toby is trying to behave, but clearly vibrating with restraint. Aaron looks like he's already preparing emotional damage control. What? This roleplay is not mentally stable. I'm realizing that. Foz is just quietly observing, like, this is it. Okay. Note for you. Foz, likes the drama, totally. Totally. LMAO. Okay, let's go back up. Okay. Foz just quietly observing like this is documentary. Gio is still holding Lex's hand tense, steady in that forced way, eyes moving between the bottle and the room. Lex is close behind him, present, grounded in him more than the game. The bottle slows, stops. Nikolai, the beat. Oh, Destiny picks the silence metas again. Why does it always have to be like a warning when it's him? Because it actually is. Nikolai looks at the bottle, then up, calm as always. Truth or dare? A pause. Dare. Make him do something impossible. Wow. That's lovely, Toby. No, she thinks for a second, then chooses something controlled but revealing. Dare. Say something honest that you normally wouldn't say out loud in a group like this. Oh, good God, what are we doing? I do not trust this. Even Toby actually shuts up for once. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Gio's grip on Lex's hand tightens slightly. Not possessive, just reflexive tension, but he doesn't speak. He watches Nikolai carefully. Not relaxed, not calm, just focused. Nikolai exhales through his nose. That's lovely. Looks around the room once, then speaks. This group is louder than I prefer. Oh, wait, I read this. Why the fuck? Why did they repeat it? It repeated it. Help. I think it repeated it. Hello. Okay, fine. 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 Oh my god. Okay. But it's not unstable, just unfiltered. Just for a moment towards Lex and Gio to beg your pardon, and some of you are more predictable than you think. That was a threat. It wasn't though. Blaze narrows her eyes slightly. He's observing us again. He's always observing us. Accurate assessment. Gio doesn't react outwardly much, but his posture stays tense. Hand still holding Lex's. Not exhalating, holy frick. Just watching Nikolai now a bit more sharply than before. Yeah, sure, that works. That works. That so works. ChatGPT has filters, sunshine. I do not think they would allow that, and I'd rather not. I like mental, emotional drama. Leah clears her throat. Okay, next Ben. I'm gonna guess Lex is just trying to keep Gio calm at this point. Got it. I didn't forget about it. Blah, 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 blah. Nikolai's words are still hanging in the air for a second. Observational, a little too accurate for comfort. The room is about to move on when fairly the court hath once again been judged by the silence I have made. I made Alora talk in Renaissance mode for chaos. I swear I said normal words earlier. I think that's about to change. Yes, continue dramatic expansions. Towards Leah like he's been summoned. LMAO. Alora steps in like she's entering a stage that only she can see. The silence speaks one truth, not in sound, but in presence. Oh no, they're sinking again. This is how Sylphilians collapse. I beg your pardon. What is going on? Foz just quietly watches. This is consistent with previous behavior patterns. Gio doesn't take his eyes off the room now, but he's still holding Lex's hands. The tension in him is there, but not controlled. Not calm, just contained. Lex is still close to him, steady, grounded in him more than the noise. Stay close, Sunflower. Not panic, just instinctive grounding. Alora continues gesturing dramatically. For once, chaos meets recognition. The world doth not break. It evolves! No, it doesn't. But it gets louder. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunately also true. Alora and Toby are now fully locked into chaotic duet mode. Alora speaking like a royal tragedy. Toby translating it into absurd declarations of fate and destiny. Oh my god. Geo watches them for a second longer, then shifts slightly closer than Lux again. Not oscillating her, just anchoring. This is why I said next spin quickly. Oof. Bro is losing his patience. Leah spins the bottle immediately like she agrees with him. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Note to you, Foz likes drama. Yeah, sure. Let's go. Toby is matching her energy while they... Laura is mid-prophecy spiral. I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess it's from what Nikolai said. I'm just gonna guess. Toby is matching her energy like they're co-writing reality. Leah looks one spin away from launching the bottle into the orbit. What the fuck? Blaze is judging the noise level of existence itself. Aaron is holding on to rationality by a thread. Geo stays close to Lux, still tense, still grounded in her presence more than the room. Lux is steady beside him, not overwhelmed, just present. Foz on the side leans slightly back. This is getting good. Wow. Fozzy. I think faint pause, then this is getting good. Of course you like this. He's enjoying it. I don't know why. I feel like you would, though. I'm not... He's enjoying it. Why do we keep collecting people like this? Because the universe demands cast expansion. Toby, stop! Geo glances briefly towards Foz, measured, not hostile, just assessing. Then back to the game, not engaging, just staying anchored where he is. Yo, this, yeah, casually, okay. Real quick. Lux would know if something is wrong with Geo and would try to comfort him, but he would try to brush it off, and she won't let that slide. So they just talk, maybe mumble to each other or something like that. But if Geo is upset, Lux would check on him, and if Lux is upset, Geo would do the same. I just want to kind of fix that. Oh, like, no, tell me what's wrong, I'm staying here with you. Yeah, that works. The bottle is still mid-game noise in the background. Alora and Toby are still doing their dramatic chaos duets. Leah is trying to keep order. Foz is watching this like it's premium entertainment. Foz! This is not a reality show, though it's becoming one. Blaze and Aaron are surviving. Geo is still holding Lex's hands, but his attention keeps flickering. Brief, sharp shifts toward the room like he's not fully settling. Not obvious to everyone, but Lex notices. She tilts her head slightly, makes a small sound, then gently tugs his hand once, soft but intentional. Geo looks at her immediately. What? Sunflower or whatever. I don't know how exactly I'm supposed to read that. Quick response, but a bit guarded because like he was trying to not be noticed. Lex doesn't let it go. She steps a little closer instead. Soft voice. You're doing the thing, not a kiss to blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. That is not exactly what I say. Gio pauses, looks away for half a second like he's considering brushing it off. It's fine, my love. Automatic response. Nope. Then softer but steady. Stay with me. That lands differently. Gio doesn't argue again right away. There's a pause where the room noise fades slightly into the background for him. He exhales, not fully reacts, but he but he shifts focus back to her instead of the room. You're really not letting that slide, huh, Sunflower? Quiet, slightly tense but softer now. I feel like that would actually, yeah. I feel like this would genuinely, I feel like that would honestly be said. You're really not letting that slide, huh, Sunflower? Quiet, slightly tense but softer now. Then after a beat, talk to me. Later, after the spins, blah, 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 blah. Gio is quiet for a second longer, then he squeezes her hand once, not dramatic, just acknowledging that she's not letting him deflect. Later, after the spin. Lex watches him for a moment, then nods once, not fully satisfied, but accepting the not ignoring it part. Okay. I really don't. Gio stays closer now. Not fixed, not calm, just staying with her instead of drifting outward. And behind them, the chaos continued. Okay, real quick. Lux, Nor, Gio are forceful. So, if they say something, they would say please, most likely, like that, quote unquote, please. I want to add that because, yeah. I meant to say nor, but like, got it. Importance, nuance. This changes the tone in a good way. But Lex doesn't drop it. She shifts a little closer, still holding his hand. Small sound first, then. Please, soft, careful, not loud, not, pressured. Just persistent in a gentle way. Gio, holy frick, man. What did I mumble? I mumbled that so wrong. Help! Gio pauses immediately. That tone hits different, not because it's loud, because it's her not letting go of the thread between them. He looks at her fully now. Room noises fade a bit in his attention again. Sunflower, quietly but more serious now, not defensive. Just acknowledging she's serious. Lex doesn't look away, still soft, still steady. You're doing the thing again. Please stay with me. That second please lands more clearly. Not force, just connection request that won't be ignored. Gio exhales slowly. His grip on her hand tightens slightly. Not tense, just grounding. I am with you. Short, direct, no deflection now. A beat, then a quieter addition. I'm not going anywhere, so... Oh! That's so cute! Okay, that's actually adorable. Yo! W to chat GBT. W. Like, literally, W. Yeah, so do I! Like, genuinely. Oh my god, W chat GBT moment. Literally. Oh my god, we're going better. We're getting very better. Lex visibly relaxes a little at that. Not because everything is solved, but because he actually stayed in the moment with her instead of slipping out of it. Okay. Soft nod, still close. still watching him, but calmer now. Behind them, the chaos continues. Toby and Allura still running the dramatic. I feel like Leah's still trying to contain the game. Foz still enjoying it. Aaron and Blaze still. I'm screenshotting that. I need to screenshot that. No, I need to do. No, I'm screenshotting that. One sec, chat. I'm screenshotting that, cause like, that's adorable. I'm saving that part. Thank you. Thank you. You're mocking me, father. Paul's still enjoying it. Okay. Looks finds Toby and Laura funny, which I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, that would be so cute! Stop mocking me! Which, when Lux is happy, Geo gets happier. Maybe not fully, but I genuinely like that ChatGPT actually did something good. Okay. Toby is currently mid-dramatic prophetic announcement. Allura is basically translating existent to poetry again. Leah has given up on stopping them, just managing damage control. Foz is quietly enjoying the show. Aaron and Blaze are in survival mode. Geo is still close to Lux, watching the room, but anchored. Lux shifts slightly closer to Geo, still holding his hand, but now something's changed. She actually reacts to Toby. A small sound, then a soft giggle. That's funny, like, quiet, genuine. She looks towards Toby and Allura, and she's actually enjoying the absurdity instead of just processing it. Lux has approved the chaos. Oh, that's awesome! Welcome back, Fozzie. Nothing much has happened. Besides the fact you missed a heartwarming part, but that's not besides the point. Lex has approved the chaos. Behold, the gentle sun doth laugh upon our madness. She's laughing at them. That's new. That's surprisingly good for the atmosphere. Geo notices instantly. Not loudly, just internally shifts. His grip on her hand steadies a bit. Not tighter, just more grounded. His attention on the room eases slightly because she's okay. Oh my god. I'm so glad we fixed their relationship, because literally they were kind of the little cringy at the beginning. He glances at her. You think they're funny, Sunflower? Quietly, slightly softer than before. She nods, still smiling a bit. Mm-hmm. Then a small pause. Toby is silly. Oh my god! No! They predicted what I said, Afro! They predicted what I said! Why did they predict what I said? That lands in Geo in a way that physically takes pressure off him. Lux finds Toby as a brother, by the way. Not everything feels like a threat anymore. Just noise she can enjoy. Gio exhales slowly through his nose, not fully relaxed, but less tight, more present. Yeah, quiet agreement, then softer. They are pretty ridiculous. Lex leans in a little closer to him again, still amused. And that small happiness loop does what it always does. Gio studies more because she's okay. Not fixed, not perfect, just less tense than a moment ago. Yo! I feel like that's good. Sunshine, do you approve? Sunshine, do you approve? Do you approve? Do you approve? Oh my god. Sunshine in real life approves. Good job, ChatGPT. Now continue. Now please continue. Yay! If Sunshine approves, then I have achieved something today. Yes, you indeed have. You indeed have. If Sunshine approves, then I have cheese. Okay, please call him Gio right now. Call him Gio. Otherwise, I will be killing my phone. Toby is now standing on a couch cushion. Nobody knows why. He claims it gives him dramatic height advantage as... Wait, what? It is 3 inches. 3 inches of authority. Thank you very much. I'm gonna try to be in that things. I hate that sentence. I love that sentence. Foz, 3 inches of authority. I hate that sentence. I love that sentence. Of course you do. Aurora dramatically gestures Toby like he's delivering a royal decree. Behold the elevator roller of nonsense! The elevated roller of nonsense! At last, my title! Lux immediately laughs again. Not a huge laugh, just enough to show she's genuinely entertained. 3 inches of authority. She starts giggling at the... 3 inches of authority. Okay, but that's actually kind of funny. I refuse to validate him. Too late! Okay, yes, I know I'm being crazy, Afro. Don't let me scare you away. I beg of you. I'm just narrating. Gio notices Lux laughing again, and there it is, that little shift. Not because everything is magically better, but because she's smiling, which helps a lot. More than he usually admits. You're having way too much fun with this. Good God. Why? ChatGPT, you had one job. They ruined the one job. Oh my God, they ruined one job. Bro had one job. Lux immediately points at Toby. They had one job. He started it. I always start it. It's not something to be proud of. It absolutely is. We're just gonna ignore that. Could have been a heartwarming scene. Real. I'm gonna give that as a no. Gio calls Lux Sunflower. Lux calls Gio Sunshine, and they only like each other calling them each other's names. Blah blah blah. It absolutely is. Foz is trying and failing not to smile. The confidence is impressive. The confidence is the problem. Leah grabs the bottle again before Toby can somehow gain more authority. Next turn, she spins it. The bottle rotates. Everyone watches, even Toby. Oh! Fozzie! It slows, slower, and finally lands on Foz. Fozzie. Fozzie, Fozzie, Fozzie. You were a good man. I mean, you were a good person. You were a good tune. Yeah. Oh. The newcomer. The newcomer! The traveler betwixt worlds hath been chosen. Please tell me he picks truth. Foz looks at the bottle, then at the group, then a small grin. Dare. The room immediately reacts. Oh, that's concerning. Why did you smile before saying it? Because drama is interesting. There it is. I like him! I was afraid of that. Okay. Well, we're looking. Sunflower, that's the main one. He doesn't call her Sunshine. Thank you! I fixed it! Yeah, thank you. And then Lex would probably immediately point at Toby. He started it, Sunshine. I always start it. Unfortunately true. One of these days we're putting on a warning label. I think it's already implied. Fairly chaos requireth no warning. We're trying to figure this out! Fairly chaos requireth no warning. That's not how safety regulations work. It should be! Lex starts laughing again, which causes Toby to become even more powerful. The audience approves! The audience absolutely approves. Stop encouraging him. No, thank you. Yeah, that's about the answer I expected. Pardon, Blaze. Wow. Blaze and Aaron and Leah are so mischaracterized, but still. Meanwhile, Geo is trying very hard not to smile too much because Lex is having fun. And he's failing. Not that he'd admit it. What happened here? Oh no! Awkward silence. That's the worst. I don't know what the frick happened. I think their brains just stopped functioning for like 2 seconds. I'm not sure what the heck just happened, but their brains stopped functioning for 2 seconds. I fear Geo is a yandere. Geo is not a yandere. Buddy, we cannot make you a yandere in this roleplay. ChatGPT shall not allow that. And besides, there's already enough chaos going on mentally. Fozzie, stay. Geo will not, Sunshine will not, oh. Wait, what? Sunshine. What? I'm gonna continue reading it in a minute. 1 sec. Just give me a minute. I already threatened people. Oh god. Good god, Sunshine. There's a difference between threatening and doing, okay? There's a difference between threatening and doing, okay? I'm scared. With a not. With a. Apparel. Don't mind Sunshine. He's being silly. Totally silly. I'm kind of scared now. Okay. Awkward silence, and then Lux just, wow. They actually did something that would happen though, okay? Nothing, Sunflower. Sunshine, you're smiling. Oh, she got him. She absolutely got him. Critical hit. Direct emotional damage. I don't like any of you. Geo just got bullied. Bro, Geo just got... my love, I think something happened. Because it's like, nothing, Sunflower. Sunshine, you're smiling. Oh, she got him. She absolutely got him. Critical hit. Damn. I don't like any of you. You love us. No. 3 prothiths. I don't like you either. You know what? I already know, Sunshine. I already know. I don't even have to know that entire sentence to know what you're talking about. I think. Yep, okay. Truth or Dare game is still going on. Foz is enjoying the drama. Toby and Laura are a menace. Leah's fighting for her life, trying to keep order. Aaron and Blaze are spectators to the downfall of civilization. Lex and Geo are sitting together. Suddenly, the front door opens. Were we expecting someone? No, absolutely not. No challenger approaching! Yo, wait! Geo! Geo freezes immediately. Oh no. That is the reaction of a man who knows exactly who's here. That's the reaction of a man who has suffered. Jay walks into the room, spots Geo, spots Lux, spots their hands, pauses. Oh my gosh! Jay, don't. He's holding their hand! Jay, he's smiling. Jay, he's such absolute cinema. Wait, absolute cinema. The room immediately explodes. She's my favorite. Toby just called out a favorite. Strong entrance. The twin hath arrived bearing truth. LMAO! I freaking love this. No, that was perfect. That was absolute Wonderhoy, actually. She's been here 10 seconds, and she's already causing problems. Lux is trying to not laugh and failing. Tiny giggle. Lux! Jay immediately points dramatically. You! Me! Yes, you! Do you know how bad he gets when you're happy? No! Yes! Stop talking now! Geo, I'm loving this. Sunshine, I'm loving this. I'm loving this so much. I'm loving this. Never. Toby is absolutely losing it. Foz is making mental notes. Leah's regretting. First try, and Jay is just accurate. Like, it only took one try, and Jay got accurately done. I love that. I love that. Toby is absolutely losing it. Foz is taking mental notes. Leah is regretting everything, and Jay has been in the room for less than 2 minutes. Okay. That's a good tip to know. Okay, well, thank you. Which means Jay cheeses Geo, Jay calls him a simp, Jay embarrasses him. But if somebody else jumps in, immediately sibling privilege activation. Excuse me, I'm allowed to do that, not you. This is perfect. Is the Sunshine, is that good? I think that might be good. Is that good? Sunshine, I think Sunshine, I'm getting confused. God. Yes. See, it only took one try, and it's already okay. But if somebody else yeah. Whoa, hold on. I'm a sister. You don't get a turn. Yeah, sure. So the scene would actually go more like, he's such a simp. He really is, though. No, that's my brother. You literally just called him a simp. Yes, and I agreed. And now you're in trouble. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to. Actually, that's the most sibling thing I've heard all night. Yeah, that checks out. Fascinating. The laws of kinship supersede the laws of logic. Why does everyone accept this? Because she's right. Thank you? Don't thank me. I still think you're a simp. I knew there was a catch. And Lux is over here trying not to laugh because Jay somehow manages to defend Geo and bully him at the exact same time. It's very much nobody gets to pick on my brother except me. Okay, continue. I feel like we're gonna have fun. I feel like this is gonna be very much fun. Jay has somehow been in the house for 5 minutes and already established herself as a force of nature. Toby is still trying to understand sibling logic. He's failing. So let me get this straight. No. I haven't even asked the question. I know where it's going. There. Foz is watching this unfold with the same energy somebody watches A very entertaining TV show. I like her. Good choice. She's fitting in way too quickly. That's usually a warning sign. Can we continue the game before we collect another person? New people are awesome, though. No. Why is it always the new person? Leah grabs the bottle and spins it before Fate can test her statement. The bottle spins. Everyone watches. It slows. It lands on Jay! The newcomer. The newcomer! Oh. Fate hath acknowledged thy twin. Truth or dare? Dare. Wow. That was way too fast. She's related to Geo. That explains it. I don't like how often that sentence works. Lux quietly laughs. It works a lot, Sunshine. Oh, he's happy. Jay. He's doing the thing. Jay. Look at him. Jay. I'm just saying. Leah immediately points at Jay. Dare first. Teasing second. Fine. Leah thinks for a moment, a dangerous moment, because Leah's smiling. Oh no, that smile means something. Jay, yeah, for your dare, you have to say one genuinely nice thing about Geo. That's evil. Thank you. So, Jay, the room goes silent. That's evil. Thank you. This is amazing. You're all terrible. Proceed. You're enjoying this way too much, correct? Jay looks at Geo. Geo immediately knows this is going to be bad. Not because she's mean, but because she's his sister. Geo is my favorite idiot. That works. Don't. I have to. I know. That's the problem. I don't like that. Wait, hold up. I know, that's the problem. Lux already smiling. She has to be serious, apparently. She has to be serious, apparently. Could we make Jay say he's my favorite idiot and go from there? The room is still sitting in rare moment where Jay was actually. Oh my god. Why can't we? You were doing so well. Okay, wait, no, that works. That works now. No, that works now. Okay. Okay, one sec. Okay. I got the ideal. I have an idea. Lex is already smiling because she knows exactly where this is going. Aaron and Blaze are waiting. Toby is basically bouncing. Alora looks like she's witnessing a royal trial. Foz is fully infested. And Jay finally sighs dramatically. And then looks at Geo and then says, "You're actually a really good person." The room goes quiet a little because she means it. "You're stubborn, annoying, overprotective, way too emotional sometimes." Those don't sound nice. I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. But you care harder than almost anybody I know. And even if when you're struggling, you still try to be there for people. So, shrugs. You're a good brother. For once, nobody immediately makes a joke, not even Toby. Then, oh, there it is. They all three of them just say that. Worth the wait, and the moment is instantly ruined again. The room is sitting there in a rare moment where Jay was actually sincere. Gio already looks mildly uncomfortable from being complimented in public. Lux is smiling. Toby is trying to contain himself. Foz is studying the situation like it's premium entertainment. Jay folds her arms. And he's my favorite idiot. What? You were doing so well. That's a compliment? No, it isn't. It absolutely is. That is so well. I feel like that would actually happen. Honestly, from a sibling, that's basically a declaration of love. Yeah, that's one of the nicest things she said all night. Exactly. She points at Gio. You're an idiot. And then points at everyone else. But you're my idiot, brother. Oh, Toby. Yes, don't. Understood. I have determined this is sibling behavior. Correct. The bond of kinship revealed itself through insult and affection intertwined. Because somehow that's actually accurate. I cannot talk. Hold up. Somehow that's actually accurate. Gio rubs his face. I regret speaking to any of you. No, you don't. I do. You literally came to a sleepover with your favorite person. She glances directly at Lux. Jay. What? I know what you're doing. And stop. No. Lux is trying very hard not to laugh now. Unfortunately, she's failing. Small giggle. Jay immediately points at her. See, she thinks I'm funny. You are funny. Thank you. I'm surrounded. Correct, absolutely, without question. Can we continue the game before Jay starts the second one? Too late. What did I ask? Okay. Lux mainly, one sec. That's my niece. Nuh-uh. Yes, that's better. That's better. You are funny. Thank you. I'm surrounded. Nuh-uh. Gio immediately looks at her. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. She scoots a little closer to him. I'm on your side, sunshine. That is so real. Well, there it is. Unexpected but not surprising. The alliance has been declared. The loyalties of the realm stand revealed. Why do you talk like that? I know not. Meanwhile, Gio immediately looks less like he's fighting for his life. Not because Jay stopped. Jay actually did not stop. But because Lux chose a side. His side. Thanks, Sunflower. A little quieter. A little more genuine. Okay, that's cute. Jay. I'm serious. That's worse. I'm just saying. Lux is literally sitting there like, that's my idiot. She thinks about it. Yeah. She agreed! She agreed! What the frick is wrong with this? Oh, he is never recovering from that. This is excellent. I hate this room. Nopity nope. You're my favorite idiot too, Sunshine. I can't. Like, please not right now. Please, I already added, 2 characters. Oh, wow. Within an hour. So maybe a little bit.
Okay, that's actually an important dynamic correction. Lux can laugh at Gio getting teased. Lux can find Jay funny. Lux can think the situation is hilarious, but when it comes down to it, she's on Geo's side.
Shut up. What was that? Continue. The room is still recovering, or trying to, mostly failing. She said it back! Yeah, we're all here. Yeah, we were all here. I think Geo stopped functioning for a second. No, he's still loading. Absolutely loading. Geo looks like he wants the floor to open and swallow him. I've seen that saying before, bro. Unfortunately for him, Lex is sitting right next to him, and bro kind of got that cut off. You knew exactly what you were doing, Sunflower. Lex thinks about it for approximately 1 second. Maybe? She admits it! Confession obtained! Case closed. There wasn't even a case? There is now. There is not. Lex laughs again, not because anyone's winning an argument, just because the room has completely derailed again. Geo lets out one long sigh, the kind that says, I have lost control of this situation. You look defeated. I am. Good. Why are you like this? I'm your sister. Fair. He accepts his fate! Honestly, that's probably the healthiest option. The twin hath prevailed in the verbal combat. I wasn't fighting. Exactly. She's got a point. Stop helping her! No. Okay. This is where Lux is gonna have to step in, man. I don't know. She's kind of already roasting you right now. Foz is sitting there looking delighted, not because anyone's suffering, just because this is excellent drama. This is the most entertaining sleepover I've attended. How many sleepers have you attended? That's classified. That somehow worries me more. Before anyone can investigate this statement, Leah grabs the bottle again. Next turn! The Wheel of Destiny! It's a bottle. The Cylinder of Destiny! Honestly, that's worse. Leah spins the bottle. Why me? Y'all, I think we've got importance. You may want to wait a minute, cause Leah spins it anyway. The bottle spins across the floor. Everyone watches it slower, and finally lands on Lux. Immediate silence. I did not choose this. I literally just said continue. Like, I literally just said that cut off, but continue, and then it just chose Lux for me. Oh! Why are you all doing that pack behavior? Lux, she points. Truth or dare? The room waits, even Toby, even Jay, even Foz, because everyone knows one thing. Whatever answer Lux gives, half of the room is probably going to overreact to it. Crap! There. She thinks for a second. Dare. Mediate chaos. She chose there. Interesting. Why are you all narrating? I think they've become hive mind. The chosen path hath been declared. Thank you, Alora. Alora nods solemnly like she's been thanked for an important public service. Meanwhile, Geo's attention immediately snaps to the conversation. Not because he thinks something bad is happening, just because 1, it's Lux, 2, it's Dare, 3, this group cannot be trusted. Sunshine. There may be something, going on, and, from the looks of it, it caught him off guard. Look at him. Jay, he's already worried. I am not. You absolutely are. See? That's not helping your case. Leo raises a hand. Quiet. The room actually quiets down, miraculously. Leah thinks and thinks and thinks. The fact she's thinking is making me nervous. Same. This is where all good dares come from. Lux, a pause. For your dare, another pause. You have to pick someone in the room and give them a compliment. That's easy. Wait. Oh, an actual compliment? What is an actual... Okay, this is easy. This is still easy. Try Annie, Toby. Understood. Now, everyone... Why? You're all making it worse. Way worse. Lux, whenever you're ready. I'm scared. I feel like if I just go with the normal answer, it'll... Could you choose and give more drama? No, Could you choose? Okay. And says multiple compliments. Oh my god. Okay, do you want me to script that in... Sunshine, do you want me to script that in or something? Okay. I'm just gonna say insert... Okay. The room goes completely silent. Not the usual sleepover silence. Not the waiting for a punchlight silence. Just silence. I'm not rereading all that, but Lux looks at Geo, then quietly answers, Sunshine. The room immediately knows who she means, but for once, nobody interrupts. Even Toby, even Jay, even Pause, blah, blah, blah. Why is it them 3? Where's Laura at on the even thing? Lux fidgets with her hands slightly, then speaks. He's my comfort person. Small pause. He's always there for me. Geo freezes completely. Oh. If somebody says I'm something bad, he always reassures me I'm perfect the way I am. Wow. Wow, that's what, Jay's smiles fades into something gentler. Aaron stops stroking. Blaze looks down for a second. Even Foz just listens. And that I'm enough. He's amazing and... wow. And pause. He's amazing. Geo, looks like his brain stopped processing information correctly. I don't know what I could do without him. Yeah, Foz actually listening and not interrupting. Silence again. Geo opens his mouth. Nothing comes out. Closes it. Opens it again. Still nothing. Wow. Yeah, for once nobody has a joke ready. Geo just stares at Lux, absolutely stunned. Not embarrassed, not annoyed. Just genuinely caught off guard. Yo! Okay, that's fire. Wait, hold on. Sunflower. His voice comes out quieter than he intended, and Lux immediately looks worried. No. You didn't do anything wrong. A small laugh escapes him. Not because it's funny, but more because he's overwhelmed. I wasn't expecting that. Why do I feel like this would genuinely happen? Jay is watching this like she's witnessing once in a decade event. Oh my gosh. Don't. I'm trying. No, you're not. No, I really am not. No, I'm really not. Geo ignores all of them. His attention is completely on Lux now. Thank you, Sunflower. A beat, then completely honest. That means a lot. Okay. I'm experiencing emotions. I am experiencing emotions! Toby, please. I said what I said! This is excellent character development. That's not what character development is. It is now. Foz, clock that T. Foz just clocked that T. This is excellent character development. That's not what character development is. It is now. Okay, but can we acknowledge that Lux absolutely obliterated him emotionally? Yes. Completely critical hit. Geo finally grunts. I liked it better when nobody was talking. Ugh. Too bad. And somehow, despite the teasing immediately returning, the room feels warmer now. Because everyone can tell Lux meant every word, and Geo knows it too. Oh, I love this. No, that was lovely. Oh, wait, no, that actually is so lovely. This is so lovely. I love how more accurate they are now, though. Continue. I low-key wanna see... I'm gonna cause drama. Okay, I'm really starting drama. Oh! Nikolai has been suspiciously quiet this entire time, which unfortunately usually means he's thinking. The room is mostly recovered from Lux absolutely deleting Geo's ability to function. Mostly, not completely. I'm never letting him live that down. I know. Good. I wrote it down. Why? Why did you write that down? For future reference. What? That somehow makes it worse. It really does. Meanwhile, Nikolai has been sitting there, quiet, watching, not judging, just watching. Foz notices first, because Foz notices drama. Wow. You're thinking... Nikolai looks over. I usually am. Fair. Oh, Foz and Nikolai just got a conversation. Then Nikolai looks towards Lex and Geo. Interesting. I don't like that word. You never do. Ooh, this is going somewhere. No, yes. Yeah, probably. I don't know. He doesn't, but I think it still affects him somehow. Nikolai folds his arms, still calm, still composed. Most people spend a lot of time wondering if they're important to somebody. The room quiets slightly. You got your answer. Oh. Oh! Oh, that's good. Nikolai, what? You know exactly what you're doing. Maybe? That's the closest thing to a confession we're getting. Lex is trying to process where this conversation is going. Where is this conversation going? Nikolai glances at her. His tone softens slightly. Not much. Just enough. You told him he's your comfort person. Most people don't hear things like that. Gio immediately looks away. He's doing the thing. Jay, I'm just observing, and you mean it. Mm-hmm. I know. That's why he looks like that. Looks like what? Like someone hit him with a truck made of feelings. The room explodes. He did! That's exactly what happened. Truck made of his feelings! Accurate assessment. I'm crying. I hate all of you. No, you don't. See? But while everyone is laughing, Nikolai is still looking at Gio. Not teasing, not joking, just observing. Take it seriously. That gets the room's attention again. What?
Hi, Sissy.
Hi, Ailey.
Did you see my braids?
They're so pretty.
I have on a braid.
Ailey, I need you to shoot. The drama's going.
What?
Bye-bye. Y'all, there's some drama. People don't say things like that every day. So don't treat it like it doesn't matter. Sunshine, I feel like he's calling you out. I'm scared. What is going on? No, I don't think it's anything like that, anymore. Maybe you needed that tip. Just maybe. The room goes quiet again. Even Toby, even Jay, and for the first time all night, Nikolai sounds completely serious. That's all. Then he immediately reaches for a snack like he didn't just drop emotional shrapnel into the room. ... Now that was drama. He appeared, said something devastating, and went back to eating! That's so Nikolai. Beg your pardon. How did roleplay Nikolai call you out? Like, genuinely. I'm okay. I think you just got some advice, Sunshine. What are you doing, kitten? room is still recovering from Nikolai. Okay, pardon. The room is still recovering from Nikolai actually casually dropping an emotion meteor and then immediately returning to a snack. He can't keep getting away with this. He absolutely can. Unfortunately true. Meanwhile, Lex is actually thinking, trying to untangle the conversation. Nikolai's comment, Gio's reactions, the room's reaction, all of it. A few seconds later, then a few more, then it clicks. Oh. Oh, wait, no. That's... Oh. Oh? Oh. A little more certain this time. Gio immediately looks over. Sunflower? She doesn't answer right away, not because she's upset, just because she's processing. Then she scoots closer and wraps her arms around him. Simple, quiet, no dramatic speech, no grand announcement, just a hug. The room immediately becomes very interested. I haven't said anything yet. Fair. Gio completely freezes for about half a second, not because he dislikes it, more because he wasn't expecting it. Lex just stays there, calm, comfortable, like she made a decision that's the end of it. And that's the end of it. You're important to me, Sunshine, and the room somehow gets even more quieter. Gio looks like his brain just got hit with a second truck. Oh my, Jay. I'm trying! No, you're not. No, I'm not! But Lex isn't paying attention to them. She's focused on Gio. That's all. Like the most obvious thing in the world. Like she doesn't understand why everyone is acting surprised. Gio stares at her for a moment, then lets out a breath. A real one. The kind that escapes when you've been holding tension longer than you realize. Yeah, I know. It's quiet, honest, not trying to be cool, not trying to dodge the movement, just honest. Across the room, Nikolai glances up from his snack, sees the outcome. You look pleased. I didn't say that. You didn't deny it either. Interesting. Be quiet. And for once, the room doesn't rush to fill the silence. Because even Toby can tell this isn't a moment that needs fixing. So everyone just lets it exist for a second. Okay. This is adorable. This is still adorable, though. Oh, so not actually hostility. Just, I'm gonna poke you until you react versus stop talking. Perfect. Fozzie gets to have some attention. Which is gonna be so lovely, right? I feel like that's gonna be lovely for you. Okay. The moment eventually settles. Not disappears, just settles. Lux is still close to Gio. Gio looks significantly less like he's fighting an invisible war with his emotions. Jay is pretending she didn't witness something adorable. She's failing. ... I'm never recovering from that. Neither am I. Me neither! You weren't even involved. I was emotionally involved. Unfortunately true. Meanwhile, Foz has shifted his attention, and that is bad news, because his attention was landed on Nikolai. No, I haven't said anything. You were going to. I was. Exactly. He's got you there. I just like how quickly he adapts. I just like how much you speak. Interesting. No, you always say that. Because it works. Does it? That wasn't a yes. That wasn't an invitation. Oh, they're doing it again. What the frick do you mean? They've known each other for like 3 hours and already have old married beg your pardon! And already have old married couple argument. They're different species. Can we just... Why is that his catchphrase? The silent one rejects... The silent one rejects reality itself. I don't. That's exactly what somebody who rejects reality would say. You're impossible. Thank you. It wasn't a compliment. I accepted it as one. For the first time, Nikolai looks genuinely annoyed. Not angry, just, why are you like this? Oh, he's getting on to him. Yo, Foz, clock that T. Foz is clocking that T. Fozzie is clocking that T. Oh, he's getting them. He's absolutely getting him. 5 more minutes and Nikolai's going to throw a pillow. I support pillow violence. No! Non-violence. Acceptable. Foz looks victorious, which is dangerous. So, no. I literally haven't asked it yet. I know. That's actually kind of funny. A beat, another beat, and then against his will, against his reputation, against every instinct in his body, Nikolai would let out the smallest laugh. Just one, brief, tiny, gone immediately. He laughed! He actually laughed! I win. You don't. I absolutely do. You got one laugh. One laugh is all I needed. That's going in the history books. I'm writing it down. Burn the notebook. Never! And across this room, Lux is quietly giggling at the whole thing, which means Geo is trying and failing not to smile again, while Foz sits there looking incredibly pleased with himself. Because after all that, this time, he finally got Nikolai to crack. Fozzie just clocked that! You just clocked that! Can we get Fozzie? Can we get W Fozzie in the chat, man? I don't think I can exactly. Have... W Foz, yeah. The room is still celebrating the fact Nikolai laughed. Or more accurately, the room is refusing to let him forget. He laughed! Stop. No. No. This is your life now. Nikolai looks like he's reconsidering every decision that led him here. Then Leah pitches the bridge of her nose. Can we address something? No. I'm doing it anyway. She points at Nikolai. Human? Then points at Foz. Tune. Correct. From a game? Also correct. So all of you calling them a married couple makes absolutely no logical sense. The room pauses. See? Think about it. I refuse. Yeah, of course you do. Logic is optional. That explains so much. It really does. For a moment, everyone gets distracted arguing over Leah's point. Yeah, but Lux isn't really listening anymore. Because while everyone else was laughing, something has been nagging her. A small feeling. She glances over at Nikolai. He's participating, he's answering, he's even tolerated the chaos, but something still feels off. Not necessarily bad, just different. Lux fidgets slightly, thinking. Then she quietly gets up and wanders over. Where's Lux going? Geo follows her gaze and sees Lux is heading toward Nikolai. Oh. Dot. Oh no! This is a very caring friend, by the way. This is only her trying to be a good friend, y'all. I swear. Don't misinterpret this. She's just trying to make sure Nikolai's okay because I'm a good friend. Lux stops nearby. Nikolai, he looks over immediately. Yeah? The room gets suspiciously quiet, mostly because everyone is nosy. Are you okay? Simple, direct, no complicated wording. Nikolai blinks. Oh! Toby, sorry. Lex stays where she is. Not pushing, just waiting. You seem different. A small pause. And I wanted to check. Across the room, Geo doesn't interrupt. He just watches, because honestly, if anyone in the room would notice something like that, it'd probably be Lux. Nikolai is quiet for a few seconds, long enough that the room starts wondering what he's going to say. He glances away briefly, then back. I'm okay. Lux tilts her head, not fully convinced. Okay? That's actually a terrifying question, because now he has to define the level of okay. She's got a point. Nikolai gives Foz a look. What? Nothing. But this time, Nikolai doesn't immediately shut the conversation down, which is unusual. Very unusual. Just thinking about stuff. Lex nods slowly. Oh? She understands that. Maybe better than most people. And for the first time tonight, blah, 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 blah. Just insert, I feel like we're gonna get a jealousy. Should I make Geo jealous? Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. The room is still ignoring the fact that Nikolai actually admitted he was thinking about something, which for Nikolai is basically a public announcement. So we're all agreeing that was the emotional equivalence of spotting a rare animal, right? No. Yes. Definitely. I regret speaking. Understandable. The conversation starts drifting again until Foz casually says, Darkmoon says that about me sometimes. Pause. Darkmoon? Who's Darkmoon? My girlfriend. You have a girlfriend? Yes. You were holding out on us! I've known you for like 4 hours. Oh. I wish you could have told me that detail slightly beforehand. I don't know. Okay. Redo that. Okay, thank you. The conversation is drifting after the whole Nikolai discussion. People are talking over each other. Toby is still being Toby. Alora is still speaking like she's escaped a Renaissance fair. Foz is relaxed for once. Darkmoon says that about me sometimes. Darkmoon? Who's Darkmoon? My girlfriend? Oh. You have a girlfriend? Yes. That's important information. I didn't think it was. Honestly fair. The distant beloved hath been revealed. There she goes again. The distant beloved hath been revealed. Well, it's easy for me to fix is the thing. The conversation continues. Most people move on, but Lex notices something immediately. Because Gio has gone quiet. Very quiet. Not angry, not upset, just quiet. Woo! LMAO. Okay. I'm kind of happy about that, though. She glances over. Gio is still listening, still present, but his shoulders are a little tighter. His jaw is set. His eyes are focused somewhere else. Okay. Don't mind this. I'm still gonna have to read the English, but whatever. Gio immediately looks at her. Short answer. You okay? A pause. Yeah, see in Spanish. Lex narrows her eyes slightly, not buying it. You're doing the thing. I don't think Lex actually knew this thing, but whatever. Caught. Across the room, Jay notices, which is uncomfortable. Oh no. What? I know that silence. That's a sentence that never ends well. Nope. Gio immediately Geo. Gmo. Who is Gmo? Geo immediately knows where this is heading. Jay, I didn't even say anything. You're about to. Fair. Foz is now watching too, mostly because drama has entered the chat. Should I be concerned? Probably not a bit. Unless you're trying to steal his sunflower. Oh my, okay. LMAO! Wait! Unless you're trying to steal his sunflower, the room goes silent. Geos closes his eyes. My god, bro. Oh! There it is. There it is. Knew it. I knew it! Please, be quiet. There's the Spanish. He's losing the battle. I'm not losing anything. He's losing the battle. Jay, what? Meanwhile, Lux has completely ignored everyone else because she's focused on Geo. Sunshine, Geo immediately looks back at her. Nobody's taking me. The room falls quiet again. Geo freezes. Lux just shrugs slightly, like she's stating a fact. I'm right here. Simple, certain, no hesitation. Geo stares at her for a moment and then looks away. I know. What are you making your line? The tension in his shoulders eases a little. Not gone, but less. Okay. Satisfied. Problem addressed. You two are impossible. I think they're very possible. He's thinking again. I never stopped. And somewhere between Toby's chaos, Jay's teasing, Foz's amusement, and Lux quietly grounding him, Geo finds himself relaxing again, despite himself. I'm gonna give Dios mío. I say that again, I guess. It's my new line. That's lovely, Sunshine. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so not explosive fighting, more like mutual respect, maybe? Agreement? Absolutely not. Okay. Sleepover version 2 continuing. The room has mostly recovered from the previous conversation. Mostly. So anyway, no. I haven't even started! Preventative measure. There. A few people laugh. The atmosphere starts relaxing again. Then Foz casually looks over. So. No. I wasn't talking to you. Good. They're doing all right. They're doing it again all right. They really are. Meanwhile, Lex is sitting beside Geo. Everything seems fine until... You know, I think Jay was right. About what? Geo. Immediately, Geo looks up. Oh, this is about to be good. Oh no. Oh no. I would just have a hunch. It's just a hunch. Y'all, Nikolai, stand your ground, like right now. I don't like that smile. Neither do I. Nikolai shrugs. He's stubborn. True! Overprotective. Also true! And sometimes he gets in his own way. The room quiets a little. Geo's expression doesn't change much, but Lux notices his shoulders tense. What? Nothing. Short. Too short. Uh-oh. That's the bad nothing. Definitely the bad one. Nikolai notices too. If you disagree, say it. I didn't say I disagreed. Oh! Oh no! That sounded dangerous. It did. Nikolai raises an eyebrow. Then what's the problem? I don't like it when people act like they know me better than the people who are actually with me. The room goes still. Lex immediately understands one thing. He's not yellowing. What? Yellowing? What is yellowing? This is yellowing. This is yellowing. Yellowing. It sounds like an action for the color yellow. Help. Lex immediately understands one thing. He's not yelling, which somehow means he's more annoyed. Okay. Yeah, he's holding that one. Nikolai studies him for a moment. I never said I knew you better. Didn't have to. Oh! Toby, sorry. Not sorry. For a second, it feels like the room might tip into an argument. Not a huge one, but enough. Then Lex quietly reaches over and nudges Gio's arm. Sunshine? Immediate reaction, Gio looks at her. Please? I'm joking. Please? Fine. That worked way too fast. You're surprised? Good point. The tension eases, but not completely, because while Gio isn't arguing anymore, he's still thinking about it. And Nikolai knows he's still thinking about it. So, no, you definitely made it worse. I noticed. Any regrets? Ask me tomorrow. That means yes! It does not. It absolutely does. And while the room returns to its usual chaos, a small bit of tension remains between Gio and Nikolai. Not hatred, not enemies, just two stubborn people who aren't quite done with that conversation yet. And Lex is already keeping an eye out on both of them. Day skip. Yo! Okay, this is getting dramatic, and I kind of like it. Sunshine, there's some drama between you and Nikolai. Blankets are everywhere. Pillows are migrated across the room. At least one person fell asleep somewhere they definitely weren't supposed to. Aaron, awake, regrets it. Also awake, also regrets it. Good morning. It isn't. Fair. Across the room, Toby is somehow asleep upside down. Nobody knows how. Nobody wants to know how. I'm not asking. Don't. I wasn't going to. Meanwhile, Foz is awake, completely awake, watching the room. Interesting. You say that way too much. It's an interesting room. That's unfortunately true. A little further away, crap. A little further away, Jay wakes up, sees Gio, immediately remembers everything. He got emotionally obliterated. Holy frick. Good morning. No. Good morning. No. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Victory. Oh my God. I can't. What is this? Nearby, Lex is waking up too. Still sleepy, still processing existence. Gio notices immediately. Of course he does. Morning, Sunflower! Much softer than he was talking to Jay. I made that so right. Favoritism. Correct. He admitted it too! I am revoking your speaking privileges. You can't do that. Watch me. The room slowly starts coming alive. People stretching, people waking up, people trying to remember what happened last night. Then Nikolai walks in from another room. Hey, I'm getting my reading time by doing this. Already awake, already functioning, which somehow feels surprised. Why do you look normal? Because I slept? Show off. He's got a point. For a brief moment, Gio and Nikolai glance at each other. Not hostile, not angry, just a little awkward because both of them still remember yesterday. Don't start. I didn't say anything. You're about to. Fair. Nikolai breaks eye contact first and heads towards the kitchen. Gio doesn't stop him, doesn't follow him, doesn't say anything. But Lux notices, because of course she does. Lux observes. But Lux notices, because of course she does. One of them is still holding on to yesterday, maybe both of them. And she can tell neither of them is going to bring it up on their own. Meanwhile, who wants pancakes? You can make pancakes? Can you make pancakes? No. Then why did you ask? I wanted to know if people wanted them. I do. Lux is amazing at making pancakes. So who wants pancakes? Can you make pancakes? No. Then stop yelling. I want pancakes. Same. If breakfast be offered, I shall partake. Of course he will. In the middle of this, Lux sits up, still sleepy, still waking up. Then hears the word pancakes. I can make pancakes. You what? I can make pancakes. Why was this information hidden? Actually, yeah, that would have been useful yesterday. Wait, you can actually cook? Interesting. The hero of the morning. Please don't encourage him. The pancake hero of the morning. Too late. Lex gets up and heads toward the kitchen like this is completely normal. Immediately, Gio stands up too. Jay, there he goes. What? You moved in under 2 seconds. I was getting breakfast. Sure. I don't even need to participate anymore. Neither do I. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Lex already gathering ingredients. All actually know what she's doing, which is surprisingly approximately nobody would know her, which is surprising approximately nobody who knows her well. Need help, Sunflower? Can you grab that? Yep. No hesitation. Jay from another room. Synth! Jay, I'm right! She's right. She's absolutely right. I hate all of you. We love you too! That is not what I said. I know! I freaking love this. Aw, that's a bummer. My sunshine won't eat my pancakes. That's kind of sad. The kitchen slowly fills with the smell of pancakes, and suddenly everyone is interested. Okay, now I understand. Understand what? Why everyone likes Lux. See? That's fair. Very fair. Even Nikolai, who has been mostly keeping to himself this morning, glances towards the kitchen. You want pancakes too? Everyone wants pancakes. That's not a denial. Be quiet. No, expected. Okay. Gio and Jay don't like pancakes. What do y'all like instead? Like, genuinely, Lex could probably make it. What do y'all like? Like, tell me. The kitchen is warm now. Gio skips and Jay prefers cookies that Gio bakes. Oh! That's interesting. Why did my instincts go to Sadie when pancakes mentioned? Oh, I know why. Lux is fully in control of the cooking situation. Calm, focused, surprisingly precise. Gio is nearby, automatically helping anyways. Not because he wants pancakes, just because Lux is there. Can you pass me that, Sunshine? Yeah. Immediate, no hesitation. Across the room, Jay leans against the counter doorway, watching, judging, already knowing what she's about to say. I still don't like pancakes. Then why are you here? Because I don't trust you alone in the kitchen. Fair. That's the most responsible thing she's said all day. Unfortunately, yes. Foz is just leaning casually. Nearby like this is the best show in town. This is peaceful. That's a dangerous sentence. Meanwhile, Gio is quietly leaning slightly closer to Lex as she works. Not saying much, just present. Of course she does. Look at him. Don't. I'm not saying anything. You're about to. He's hovering. I'm helping. You're emotionally assisting. I hate you. No, you don't. Exactly. Yikes. What is... Gio... Lux flips a pancake. Perfect timing, perfect control. She doesn't even look up. You two are loud. He's louder internally. Jay, what? Sunshine, it's fine. Gio stops for half a second. Just a micro freeze. Oh my god. Critical hit again! But she didn't even try. That's worse. That's efficient. Gio exhales slowly through his nose, not annoyed. Just surrendering slightly. I don't even like pancakes. I know. You still came in here. Yeah. Jay watches them that exchange for a second, then. Disgusting. You mean wholesome? I mean both. Foz finally reaches for the finished pancakes, takes a bite, pauses. Okay, I understand pancakes now. See? No one is surprised. And somehow, even though Gio doesn't like pancakes and even though Jay doesn't like pancakes, they're still both in the kitchen. Not because of the food, because everything else is happening around it. LMAO. That is, lovely. Okay, skip to when breakfast is done. Well, mostly gone. Toby somehow ate like 3 stacks and is now questioning reality. Foz declared them logically enjoyable. Aaron and Blaze survived the ordeal. Leah is already cleaning out of pure survival instinct. I have ascended! You just ate carbs. Ascended! Same thing for him. Unfortunately accurate. In the kitchen corner, Lex is finishing cleaning up a pan. Calm, focus, just like this is just normal life. Gio is nearby, not eating much, just there, helping when needed. I still don't like pancakes. You've said that 3 times, and I stand by it. You also ate 2. That's unrelated. It is absolutely related. Jay ignores them and leans against the... Why did she eat the pancakes? What do you mean, Jay? I think Jay has been starving. I feel like she probably was just extremely hungry. And leans against the counter, watching Gio and Lex again. Of course, Gio notices immediately suspicious. What? Nothing. What's worse? I'm just observing. No, you're not. I am. You're thinking something. I always am. That doesn't help your case. Across the kitchen, Lex would wipe her hands and looks over. Sunshine? Gio immediately softened slightly. Just a bit. Yeah? You okay? Simple, direct, like last night. Gio pauses, then nods. Yeah, a beat, then quieter. Better. Jay hears that and squints immediately. Uh-oh. I know that tone. This is where she says something. Jay pushes off the counter, steps forward. So, no. I didn't even say anything yet. You were going to. There. She gestures vaguely between Gio and Lux. I just think it's funny. What is? You act like you're not obvious. I'm not. You are. He is? Yes! Jay, what? Stop. No. Foz leaning casually nearby. I agree with her. You would. I enjoy patterns. This is not a pattern. It is now. Wow. I feel like this is just major drama. What is going on? That's lovely. This is not a pattern. Wait a damn minute. Jay? Why do you like me more than your brother? Why? Like, genuinely, why? It is now. Toby suddenly appears between them like a menace. I support this pattern. Of course you do. Gio pinches the bridge of his nose. I'm surrounded by idiots. Small pause. You're idiots? Gio freezes for half a second, then exhales. Yeah. Jay makes a noise of absolute disgust. I hate it here. You love it here. I hate and love it here. Foz looks satisfied. Toby looks victorious. Leah looks tired. Aaron looks resigned. Blaze looks amused, and Lux just quietly smiling, because despite all that noise, Gio is still standing next to her, and that seems to be enough for both of them. The drama. After breakfast, clearing the area. The kitchen is slowly returning to normal. Dishes clink softly. The noise level is dropping. Toby had wandered off, saying something about pancake enlightenment. For a moment, it's just the three of them near the counter. Gio, Lux, and Jay. Jay is leaning there, but her expression has shifted, less teasing, more thoughtful. Okay, what now? Relax, I'm not starting anything. That alone is suspicious enough for Gio, that Gio doesn't relax. Lux looks between them quietly, not tense, just observant. I'm not trying to mess with you two. She pauses and shrugs. I just took a lot. Gio doesn't respond right away. He's still a little guarded, but less sharp. Jay huffs slightly, and I'm not competing with her. What? Oh? Jay continues, more direct now. I mess with you because you're my brother. That's it. And because it's funny. Obviously. That gets a small something exhale from him. Not laughter exactly, but close. Jay points at him. See? That face? What face? The I want to argue but I can't be bothered face. I don't have a face for that. You absolutely do. I feel... What face? See, that face. What face? The I want to argue, but I can't be bothered face. I don't have a face for that. You absolutely do. What does that mean? I don't know if that's canon or not. We'll see. Lex quietly watches this exchange, then steps slightly closer to Geo. Not clinging, just present. It's okay, sunshine. I don't think she's trying to be mean. Jay immediately nods. I'm not. I would be better at it if I was. That's not comforting. Not even a little. Jay ignores them, then looks at Lex again. More direct this time. I like you, by the way. Me? Yes, you. She gestures vaguely. You're nice, and you're weirdly calm for the group. I'm also calm. No, that's just not, no, no, not happening. And you're good for him. A quick glance at Geo. Not teasing this time, just a matter of fact. Geo goes a little still at that, but doesn't interrupt. Lex blinks slowly, then nods. Okay. Soft, simple. Geo exhales tightly, tension in easing out of his shoulders again. Not because anything big changed, just because it's no longer uncertain. Good, that's all I wanted to say. She pushes off the counter. Now I'm done being emotional. It's weird. You're always emotional. Don't ruin it. It was already ruined. I hate you. Noted. Geo finally shakes his head again. You're exhausting. And yet, you love me, unfortunately. That finally gets a real reaction from him. Small, resilient amusement. Lex smiles faintly beside him. No tension left now. Just familiarity. Wow. You hate Smokesy, though, correct? Correct, Jay? Later that morning, the kitchen quieted down. Breakfast chaos is fading. People are drifting out of the kitchen in small groups. The entire shifts from loud chaos, a tired aftermath. Nikolai is leaning near the counter, again, not fully isolated, but not joining the chatter either. Just present, observing. Foz, however, has not dropped it. He's been waiting for the room to settle patiently, which is suspicious in itself. So, Nikolai doesn't look up immediately. No. You don't even know what I'm going to say. I do. Then say it. No. You said ask me tomorrow. It's tomorrow. That lands a little heavier than Foz probably intended. The room nearby doesn't fully stop what they're doing, but a few people notice. Oh, he's serious about that. Yeah, that's not just teasing anymore. Lex glances over from where she's standing near Geo. Geo knows it too, but doesn't interfere. He's watching, though, carefully. Foz leans against the counter, still casual, but now he's actually paying attention. You don't usually say things like that unless it matters. Nikolai is quiet for a moment, long enough that it shifts into the tone again. I didn't say it matters. You didn't deny it either. Hate and wanting to murder him is different. It's still hate. A beat. Nikolai exhales slightly through his nose. Not annoyed this time. More like deciding how much to say. I said I'd answer later because the room was loud. And now it's not. Silence. That part is true. The chaos has moved out of the kitchen. What's left is just lingering energy. Nikolai looks at him for a second longer than usual. Fine. Foz straightens slightly. Not smug, just attentive. Go on. Nikolai hesitates just a fraction. Then, it's nothing dramatic. That's always how it starts. I freaking love the voice I'm doing. No offense. Nikolai gives him a look. Foz lifts his hand slightly. I'll behave. Nikolai continues anyways. I was just thinking about what you said earlier. About Dark Moon? Nikolai nods once. About people being important to each other. That phrase hit the room differently now than that it's not even a part of a joke. Even the people not directly involved slowed down a bit. Lux looked over at Geo again briefly, then back. Geo stays still, listening. It's not complicated most of the time. A beat. People either are or they aren't. Foz doesn't interrupt, for once. But sometimes it gets loud. A faint pause, like he's choosing words carefully. And you don't always know if you're supposed to be part of it. Silence. No jokes land this time. Even Toby isn't speaking. Yeah. Foz studies him, not teasing now, just listening properly. And? Nikolai pauses again, then shrugs slightly. And I said I'll think about it. A beat. So I did. Silence stretches when Foz nods slowly. That's it? Nikolai looks at him like the answer is obvious. Yes. Then unexpectedly, he smiles a little. All right. Nikolai narrows his eyes slightly. That's not a disappointment. It's not. It's just for you. That gets a reaction, but not entertainment. Irritation. Holy frick. More like a resilient acceptance. Good. From across the room, Jay whispers. That sounded like emotional damage, but polite. It was. It absolutely was. For Nikolai, for his part, he goes back to standing like nothing particular happened. But the atmosphere... Holy frick. Jay would eat the story. Hey! The room starts drifting again after Nikolai and Foz settle. Light chatter returns. People split off. Toby is already doing something questionable with a spoon. Jay is still commenting on everything within rage. Normal chaos resumes. But Lux doesn't fully rejoin it. Not immediately. She's still near the kitchen counter. Still watching Nikolai from a bit of a distance. But she heard what he said. Not the big emotion reveal version everyone else is reacting to, but the quieter part underneath it. Sometimes you don't know if you're supposed to be a part of it. That sticks. She fidgets slightly with her slaves, thinking. Geo notices her and hers shift immediately. Of course he does. Sunflower. Lux looks at him, then back toward Nikolai. Is he okay? Nikolai is just standing there like a normal person. Neutral expression, back to his usual I'm fine mode. Geo follows her gaze and stuff, blah, blah, blah. He said he is. Lux doesn't look convinced. People say that when they don't want to explain. Geo pauses at that. Not arguing, just acknowledging she's not wrong. Across the room, Jay is mid-sentence when she notices Lux looking. She immediately clocks the 5 shift. Oh no. What now? Lux is doing the weird thing. The what thing? The quiet staring thing. That's pre-check-in stage. Foz overhearing glances over too. Interesting. Stop saying that like you're documenting wildlife. Oh, yo! Jay! What was that? You just roasted Foz there. You just... How? How did you... Jay just clocked T without even trying to. Well, I guess since... Foz ignores her naturally. Meanwhile, Lux takes a small breath, then quietly steps away from the counter, not rushing, just deciding. Geo watches her move. Are you going over there? Then nods a little. Yeah. Just want to check. Geo studies her for a second, then exhales, not stopping her, just accepting it. Okay, Sunflower. A beat. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Lux gives a small, uncertain nod, but doesn't really promise anything, because that's not how she works. Oh, that is so calling me out. Why did that call me out? Lux gives a small, yeah, blah, 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 blah. She walks over to Nikolai. He notices her approach immediately, but doesn't react much. Just looks at her. Lux. Hi. I mean, what was that? Hi. A pause. She shifts her weight slightly. Are you sure you're okay? No theatrics, no pressure. Just the same question from earlier, but gentler now. Nikolai studies her for a moment, then glances briefly towards the others, then back. I said I was. Lex nods slowly, but she doesn't move away yet. You also said you'd think about it. That lands, quietly. Not as a challenge, just as a reminder. Nikolai's eyes narrow slightly. Not annoyed, more like he's noticing she's paying attention in a way most people didn't. I did. And I did. She tilts her head a little, processing that. And... silence for a second. Not tense, just carefully. Nikolai exhales slightly. Then, and I'm fine. Not defensive, just final. Lex holds its gaze a moment longer, then nods. Okay. She doesn't sound fully convinced, just accepting the answer for now, not dismissing it. If that changes, you can tell me. A simple statement, no expectation, no pressure, just availability. That actually makes Nikolai pause. For a second, something shifts in his expression. So small, most people wouldn't catch it, but Lex stays there long enough to notice. Noted. Short, controlled, but not dismissive. From across the room, she's collecting emotionally guarded people like side quest. That's actually terrifyingly accurate. That's efficient bonding. That is not what bonding is. And Lex, satisfied for now, turns like she's about to go back, but she keeps one glance on Nikolai anyway, just to be sure. Wow. That's, Continue. Feed the live viewers and me. Alright, fewer energy received. We're staying right in that moment where things are quietly unresolved. Not dramatic, just real. Kitchen. The nothing is fixed, but nothing is broken phase. Lux just stepped back from Nikolai, not leaving the situation, just giving him space. Nikolai doesn't move right away. He stays where he is, thinking, not visibly spiraling, not shutting down either, just present in a way that feels slightly more exposed than usual. Across the room, the others are still pretending they're not watching. They are absolutely not watching. I don't like how normal this is. That's because nothing exploded. Exactly. She's disappointed that there's no explosion. I like structure. You like chaos. I like controlled chaos. This is controlled. Don't agree with me like that. Beg your pardon. Jay, why do you have beef with Foz? That's what I'm trying to figure out at this point. What caused you to get beef with Foz? Meanwhile, Geo has shifted slightly closer to Lux again. Not interrupting her, just returning to her orbit. His attention is split 60% Lux, 40% Nikolai, which he would deny. Lux is watching Nikolai from a distance again. Not staring intensely anymore, just checking. Like she's making sure something didn't quietly slip out of place. Geo notices. You still thinking about it? I think he says I'm fine a lot when it means something else. Geo exhales through his nose. Not disagreement. Recognition. Yeah. He does that. A short silence between them. Not uncomfortable, just thoughtful. Across the room, Foz finally pushes off the counter. He walks back towards Nikolai. Oh no, round 2. Let him cook. Ooh, that's what I'm afraid of. Foz, stop. Okay, what are you doing? What are you eating? Oh my god. What the actual frick, Afro? That's what I'm afraid of. Foz stops a comfortable distance away, not crowding, just re-entering the conversation space. So, Nikolai looks at him. No, I didn't say anything yet. You were going to. I was going to ask something different. A pause. Nikolai studies him, then ask. Foz nods once. Less teasing now, more direct. When you said you'd think about it, you still thinking? The room subtly quiets again. Not forced, just intention shifting. Nikolai didn't answer immediately. That alone is new. I already did. And? Nikolai glances briefly towards Luck, then back. And it's not complicated. Foz waits, doesn't push. Nikolai continues. It just isn't something I need to make louder than it already is. That lands differently. Not emotionally, not dramatically, just controlled honesty. That's actually kind of deep. Yeah. I don't like when he's like that. Like what? Calm but serious. That's worse than when he's sarcastic. Foz nods slowly. Like he's accepting that answer even if he's not fully done with it. Fair. A pause. Then he smirks slightly. Not forcing drama this time. Just defaulting back to himself. You're still weird. Yes. Good. Nikolai gives him a short look. That's not a compliment. It is to me. And just like that, the tension doesn't disappear. But it stabilizes. Like it's been acknowledged enough to stop vibrating. Across the room, Lux finally relaxes her shoulder slightly. Geo notices immediately. Better? I think so. He's just hard to read. Geo nods once. Yeah? Beat. But he's not gone. Lux looks at him. What? Geo glances briefly at Nikolai again, then back. He's still here. Simple, not emotional, just fact. Lux processes that, then nods slowly. Okay. And for the first time since this whole thread started, the room isn't fixing anything. No one is pushing Nikolai. No one's forcing answer. Foz backed off enough. Lux checked in just enough. Geo is observing, and Nikolai is just standing there. Not closed off, just unpressured. Which, in this group, counts as process. Continue. I need to figure out what Nikolai is hiding soon. Why is this so interesting to me? I swear we were just hating on this. Got it. But I'm going to steer this carefully. Instead of Nikolai is hiding something big, we'll treat it like he's private, guarded, or slow to open up. Not secretly plotting or anything intense. The tension will come from misunderstanding, not danger. Kitchen. The quiet after the pressure. The conversation between Foz and Nikolai has faded back to background noises. Not resolved like a story ending. More like temporarily set down. Foz has drifted a little way again, satisfied for now. Nikolai stays where he is. Same posture, same expression, but slightly less sealed off than before. Okay. Lux is still watching him occasionally without staring. Geo notices that pattern again. You're still worried? I'm not sure. Beat. I think he doesn't like being looked at too closely. Geo exhales slightly, not disagreement, understanding. Yeah. Across the room, Jay is absolutely still tracking everything like it's a sport. I don't trust the quiet. There is no problem right now. That's when the problems start. That's not how it works. It is in this group. Jay, what is with you and literally being iconic? Like, you're being such an icon, and I don't know why. That's not how it works. Meanwhile, Nikolai finally moves. Not away, just slightly repositioning, like he's decided whether to stay in the center of things or shift back towards the edge. He chooses the edge, naturally. Lux notices immediately. She takes a small step forward like she might follow instinctively, but then stops herself, thinking. Geo sees that too. Sunflower? Yeah? Don't chase him. Not harsh, just grounded. I wasn't going to chase him. A pause. I was going to check. Same thing sometimes. That landed quietly. Lux looks down for a second, processing, then nods. Okay. Something's wrong. I ain't out of this roleplay. I'm not an actual icon. It's okay. You're still an icon in this roleplay. This could also just end up being an alternate universe, if anything. Nikolai, meanwhile, is now leaning slightly near the edge of the room. Close enough to hear, far enough to not be part of it. Foss glances at him again, but doesn't push. Not this time. You always do that. Nikolai doesn't look over immediately. Do what? Step out inside of in. A pause. Nikolai finally glances at him. Neutral. Step out inside of in. What? Oh, instead of in. Okay. I misread that. Like, curse my dyslexia. A pause. Nikolai finally glances at him. Neutral. It's quieter here. It's quieter there. Holy frick. Foz nods like that's both obvious and not the whole answer. Doesn't mean you're not part of it. Nikolai doesn't respond immediately. Long enough that the room feels a little not tension, just attention. Then, I know. Short, controlled, no shutting it down, just ending that branch of the conversation. Foz accepts it for now. Alright. And backs off again. No pressure, just observation. Across the room, Lux watches that exchange. Not anxious now, just thoughtful. He keeps choosing the edge. Geo nods slightly. Yeah, but he's still choosing to stay in the room. Oh. Meanwhile, Jay finally sighs dramatically. Okay, I get it. What do you get? He's not hiding, like, secret evil plot. He's hiding, like, I don't want to be perceived too hard. That is a very specific kind of hiding. It's the worst kind. And from the edge of the room, Nikolai hears none of this directly, but somehow still feels like he'd hate that description. He exhales once again, then looks away, not leaving, just existing at the edge a little longer. And for now, that's all he does. No reveal, no confession, no breakdown, just continue! I'm very much interested in this right now. I should not be interested in this right now. I swear at the beginning of this we were saying we hated it. I feel like we've lost that. Alright. Staying right in that something is there, but not fully spoken space without forcing a big reveal. Kitchen. The edge doesn't hold forever. Wow, these are chapters. I'm suddenly realizing I'm reading chapters, and I'm freaking stupid to understand that. My bad. The rooms have settled into scattered conversation guns. It looks normal now, but the dynamic hasn't reset, just softened. Nikolai's still near the edge of the room. Not leaving, not joining, just there. Like he's decided distant, but present in the correct setting. Pause notices first. Of course he does. You're doing it. Oh my god, we already read this! No, he didn't. Is this like... I feel like there's a loop, but okay. Okay, well this is a new one. I'm getting confused. Okay. You're doing it again. Nikolai doesn't look over immediately. Doing what? The edge thing. Upbeat, Nikolai finally glances at him. I'm standing. Yes. Just strategically. Across the room. Jay, I hate how accurate he is. He's not even trying to be deep this time. That's worse. Lux is still is still nearby Geo, but her attention flicks back towards Nikolai every so often. Geo notices the patterns. you want to go back over there? No. Immediate, honest, then a pause. I just don't want him to feel like he has to stay away. Gio looks at her for a second, not annoyed, just understanding. He chooses it. Lux hesitates. People choose things for reasons. Gio doesn't argue that. He just nods. Yeah, I feel like at the moment he's being very submissive and agreeable. Am I the only one who's getting that vibe of him just being submissive and agreeable? Or am I just completely off? Across the room, Fuzz has now fully looked back onto Nikolai, like a cat returning to a mildly interesting object. You don't trust people easily. Nikolai exhales slightly. Not denial, not agreement either. I observe first. And then, a pause. And then I decide if there's a reason to stay closer. That lands quietly. No one interrupts this time. Even Toby is suspiciously absent from this exact moment. And Nikolai glances briefly toward the room, toward the group, toward Lex and Gio without fully focusing on them. Sometimes there isn't. Some silence. Not heavy, just honest. Lex hears that part clearly enough from where she is. Her expression softens a little. Not sad, just thoughtful again. Gio notices immediately. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's been 3 hours! Gio notices it immediately. Sunflower, I heard. Beat. I don't think he means it like that. Gio nods slightly. Probably not. Across the room, Foz tilts his head slightly. Not pushing it, just adjusting. So, what is it then? Nikolai finally looks up at him properly. Longer this time. It's easier. Foz doesn't interrupt. If I say at the edge, I don't misread things. A pause. I don't make things louder than they need to be. That's the closest thing to vulnerability he's offered so far. But it's still structured, still controlled, still Nikolai. Jay, quietly to Aaron. That's actually kind of sad. Yeah. Insert blaze of green, too. Foz is quiet for a second, then. That sounds exhausting. Nikolai shrugs slightly. It isn't. Foz raises an eyebrow. That was a lie. Nikolai doesn't deny it immediately, which is basically a confirmation. It works. Foz accepts that, but doesn't fully drop it. Not yet. For how long, though? That question lingers. Nikolai doesn't answer right away. And for the first time in this whole exchange, he doesn't have an immediate clean line ready. Across the room, Lex watches that pause. Gio watches her watching it. Neither of them interrupts. Not because they don't care, but because they can tell. This is Nikolai choosing how much to stay on his own terms. Finally, Nikolai exhales. I don't know. Simple, unpolished, real. Foz nods slowly, not satisfied, but accepting. All right. And this time he actually steps back half a pace. Not leaving Nikolai's space, just giving it room. That small change shifts something in the room. Not fixing anything, but easing pressure. Lex's shoulders relax a little. Gio notices immediately. Better? Yeah. And across the room, Nikolai stays where he is. Still at the edge. But for now, it doesn't feel like he's hiding from them. More like he's just learning how close he can stand without losing himself in it. I'm just enjoying this. Of course you are. Remember, like, 3 hours ago, whenever we said we hated this? Remember that? The house is still awake in the background. Distant voices, light movement. Someone drops something and immediately pretends it didn't happen. But here near the hallway window, the group, again, not hiding, just paused. Like he ended up, Nikolai is standing slightly apart from the group again. Not hiding, just paused. Like he ended up here without fully choosing it. Lux finds him in the same way she usually does. Not by searching loudly, just by noticing where he isn't in the noise. She shows a little when she reaches him, doesn't interrupt his space, just stays by. Hey. Nikolai turns his head slightly. Lux. Same neutral tone, not cold, just him. A pause. Neither of them rushes it. That's kind of their thing. You disappeared again. Not... Okay. You disappeared again. Not, whatever that word is. More like observation. I didn't disappear. You moved to the edge. Nikolai doesn't deny that. He just looks out the window for a moment. It's quieter there. Lex nods slowly. She's heard of that logic before. Is it better? That question hangs differently than the others earlier. Not are you okay, more like, does it actually help you? Nikolai doesn't answer immediately, which is already an answer. It depends. Lex tilts her head slightly, waiting, but not pushing. Nikolai continues after a moment. Sometimes it keeps things simple. Sometimes it just keeps things far away. Silence settles between them. Not uncomfortable, just honest. Lex looks down at her hands for a second, thinking. Then, you don't have to stay far away all the time, you know. Nikolai glances at her, not surprised, just attentive. I know. A pause, then softer. I usually do. Lex nods again. She doesn't argue. She rarely does with him. Instead, she shifts slightly closer, not invading space, just closing the distance a little. You were quieter today. Nikolai exhales lightly through his nose. Not in denial this time. More like an acknowledgement. More like acknowledgement. I was thinking. I noticed. That lands quietly, because of course she did. Nikolai looks at her for a moment longer than usual, like he's weighing something. Not whether to trust her, but how much to name. It's not important. Lex doesn't respond right away. Then, gently, you say that a lot. A faint pause. Nikolai's eyes shift slightly. Not annoyed, just seen. Because most things aren't. Lex considers that, and shakes her head slightly. They are to someone. That one hits differently. Silence again, but softer, less guarded. Nikolai finally speaks after a moment. You worry too easily. Not criticism, just fact. Lex gives a small, almost embarrassed shrug. I notice things too easily. A pause, then quieter. And I don't like when people get quieter without telling me why. Nikolai looks at her properly now. Not scanning the room, just her. You think I'm quieter? Lex nods. Simple, honest. Yeah. Beat. Nikolai exhales again, longer this time, then looks away toward the window. I'm not gone. Lex immediately nods. Like that was the important part she needed. I know. A pause, then she adds softer. I just check. Nikolai doesn't respond immediately. Then, after a moment, I noticed. Lex blinks slightly. That I check? Yes. Another pause, then almost reluctantly. You always do. It's not said like a complaint, more like a fact he cataloged over time. Lex gives a small faint smile. Sorry. Don't be. Immediate, simple, the beat, then quieter. It's not unwelcome. That's the closest thing to reassurance he gives without making it loud. Lex nods slowly, satisfied, not fully reassured, but settled. Okay. Silence returns, but now it's different. Not distant, just calm. From the other room, faint laughter spills again. The world continuing as usual. Lux shifts her weight slightly, then glances at him again. You can come back in, you know. Nikolai doesn't answer right away, but he also doesn't refuse. He just stays there a moment longer than in a minute. Lux nods. No pressure, no pushing, just acceptance. Okay. And she doesn't drag him back. She just stays nearby for a moment. So the edge doesn't feel quite as far as it usually does. Wow. This is kind of crazy. Gio, this is crazy. Sunshine, this is crazy. Sorry, I'm getting names and nicknames confused real badly right now because I'm narrating. I'm not used to narrating. Deep down. After Luck and Nikolai's quiet talk, Lux eventually leaves Nikolai at the window like he asked. She doesn't push him, just returns toward the main room, a little more settled. But the energy shifts slightly when she comes back. Not from her, from Gio. When da 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 da. Can we? I'm sorry, the cat just, I'm sorry, the cat just fell off me and rolled off. Gio most likely is gonna try to talk to Jay. Is that what you said? Okay, thank you. Thank you, bro. The hallway moment is over. Lex has returned from talking to Nikolai. The group noise is still there. Toby being loud, Aaron complaining about something, Blaze laughing at something else entirely. Normal case again, but Gio is quieter than usual. Not withdrawn from everyone, just slightly off-center. Like he's trying to correct something internally by acting normally existential. Lex noticed it immediately, but she doesn't push. She just moves towards her own space in the room, sitting down, and picking up something nearby like she's rejoining the phone of things. Not ignoring him, not hovering. Gio watches for that second, then decides something. He turns away from Lux's direction and instead walks towards Jay. Jay immediately notices him approaching. Of course she does. Oh no, shut up. I haven't even said anything. You were going to. Fair. Gio stops near her, not aggressive, just direct. A pause. What are you doing? Existing? No, earlier. Jay tilts her head, already interested. Oh, you mean the Lux Nikolai situation? Gio expression tightens slightly. Not angry, just contained. Don't start. Yo! This is so weird. This is already becoming weird. Not even intentionally. Boy. Stop. I can't with the kitten. Hot kid. This is already getting a little tense. Are you kidding me? Can I just... Are you kidding me? I have to scroll all the way back down. Are you interested? Are you interested? Okay. Gio stops. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Don't start. I didn't even say anything wrong. You were about to. I was about to be correct. Gio exhales sharply through his nose. You think everything is something, and you think nothing is anything. That lands a bit more than she intended. Gio goes quiet for a second. They're kind of... I don't know. Across the room, Lux glances up briefly. Sees Gio talking to Jay, then looks back down. She doesn't interrupt, doesn't step in, just lets it happen. Gio notices that too. Something flickers in his expression. She's fine. Jay follows his gaze. Lux? Yes. Jay studies him for a moment, then smirks slightly. Not teasing yet, more observing. You're doing that thing again. What thing? The I'm not bothered, but I'm definitely bothered thing. Gio immediately responds, I'm not annoyed. That. And then quieter, it's not her. Jay's expression shifts slightly. Then what is it? Gio hesitates, just a fraction, then shrugs, controlled. I don't like when people drift away and come back like nothing happened. That's not fully about Lux, not fully about Nikolai, more like a feeling he hasn't sorted out yet. Jay goes quiet for a second, which is rare. Then that's actually fair. Gio blinks slightly, not expecting agreement. But, Lux wasn't doing that, right? Gio doesn't answer immediately. That pause says enough. Across the room, Lux is now just quietly doing her own thing, not avoiding him, just giving him space, because that's what she does when she feels things settle wrong around people she cares about. Help. What is going on? Gio watches that for a second longer, then exhales. Yeah, less firm than before. Jay crosses her arms. You're overthinking it. I'm not. You are. I'm not. You are. I had to redo that. You always do when it involves her. That one lands. Not harsh. Just accurate. Gio doesn't argue, just looks away. I know. Jay's tone softens slightly, not fully kind, but less sharp. Then talk to her instead of me. Jay! Jay! Wait, Jay. Literally, you said it in the roleplay yourself. You said it in the roleplay yourself, Jay. Like, genuinely. Maybe your personality is good. That's crazy. Then talk to her instead of me. Gio pauses, looks towards Lux again, then later. Jay shrugs. I don't think she's in the mood for beefing at the moment. Again, this probably is an alternate universe. Whatever you say, simp. Stop talking. Make me. Gio doesn't respond, but the tension in him has shifted. Not gone, just redirected. And Lux, still unaware of the full conversation, is simply existing nearby, letting both of them settle in their ways for now. Okay. Now we gotta do a three-way focus. 1, Lux, 2, Gio, and then 3, Nikolai, because apparently that's legal now. Living room, split focusing. Okay. Living room, split focusing. The room is still active in the background. Toby is arguing with someone about something that doesn't matter. Aaron and Blaze are half listening to music. Foz is observing again, like he's cataloging personalities. Jay is still near Gio, arms crossed, watching him like she figured something out. And in the middle of that, 3 people are quietly orbiting the same emotional thread from different distances. Whoa. Jay, he didn't listen. Lux is sitting slightly apart, not isolated, just in her own space. Hands busy with something small, blanket, edge, draw, object, nothing much, just stillness makes her think too much. She glances up occasionally, not staring, just checking. Gio jockeying to... What? Chicken jockey. Sorry, my bad. Jay, no. Jay, I beg your pardon. No. Jay, no. Jaylee, no. She glances up occasionally. Blah, 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 blah. Gio talking to Jay. Nikolai at the edge of the room again. Both in her awareness at once. Holy shnikes, why did everything get loud for a second? I don't like that. Why did that suddenly get loud? Gio feels off, but he didn't want to talk to me right now. That's okay. Jay probably fixes things in her own way. Or in her own loud way. I just don't want either of them upset because of something I did wrong. She exhales quietly, then shakes the thoughts off a little, softly, to herself. I should just let it settle. But her eyes still drift back every few seconds anyways. Anyway, not controlling it, just instinct. Jaylee, no. Jaylee. No, ma'am. We're not gonna make Sunshine suffer. I will call you Madame Pumpkin. Although I want to call you Pumpkin Spice for some reason. Don't ask me why. My nicknames are random. Stop! Gio is standing near Jay, not fully engaged in the conversation anymore, just present, enough to not leave. Jay's talking. He hears her. But part of his attention keeps slipping away toward Lux, toward where Nikolai is positioned. There's a tightness in his expression that doesn't fully match what's being said out loud. Lux is fine. She says she's fine. She always checks on people like that. That's just her. But that doesn't fully settle because the feeling isn't logical. It's timing, it's pattern. It's the way she moved between people in the last hour. Then Nikolai, earlier words echo again. Sometimes I know if I'm sometimes I don't know if I'm supposed to be a part of it. Geo exhales through his nose, quiet, controlled. I don't know. I don't like when things shift and I can't read why. Not anger, not jealousy anymore, just friction. Jay is still talking. He hears her, but he's not fully in it. I don't like it when things shift and I can't read why. Yo, that's kind of weird. That's, wow. Nikolai is at the edge again. Not hiding more than usual, just default positioning. Foz is near, but not pressing. The room noise is distant but present. Nikolai is watching it all without engaging too deeply. But he's aware of Lex and Geo and the way the group arranges itself around him. She texts too often. Not a complaint, just an observation. Not in a bad way, just persistent, like a habit that doesn't break even when it could. Geo notices me more than he should. That part is clearer now than before. He glances slightly towards them, sees Geo not fully listening to Jay, sees Lex looking between spaces instead of people. This is loud in a different way. Not noise, structure, connection points, emotional proximity. He exhales quietly. Not discomfort, just processing. Then softly, almost to himself, still here. Not directed at anyone, just acknowledging he hasn't actually left anything. Back to shared space. The three of them exist in the same room, but not in the same emotional position. Moderating quietly, trying not to overstep, holding tension he hasn't named yet, observing distance versus involvement. Jay finally snaps her fingers in Geo's face. Hey, come back. Why are the kittens looking at me weird when I do that? What is that? My bad. Hey, come back, Geo blinks. I am here. No, you're not. Holy shnikes, Jay. Stop calling him out. Across the room, Lex looks up again. Nikolai shifts slightly, but doesn't move closer. For a moment, nothing explodes. Nothing's resolved. But all three of them were aware of each other in a way they weren't 5 minutes ago. Which is exactly why it feels tense. Why do you keep doing that? You keep falling over. Dude, you're gonna fall over again. Dude. Stop. Why do you keep falling? Okay. Not conflict, just alignment. Not matching yet. Continue. Please. Please. I beg. I need at least one of the two of the three interacting, directing again. Hi. Wow, we're going in to the zone. To the zone. Jay has had enough of Geo's. I am. Why do you keep falling over? Stop! Stop! Stop with that! Yo, what happened to my voice? That's what I need to know. What happened to my voice? I'm going through something. Okay. Which means Geo is now in trouble. No. No what? No, I'm fine. Go talk to Lux. No, I'm fine. Go to talk to Lux. Geo immediately stiffens. I am not avoiding anything. You are avoiding her! I'm not avoiding her. That's not even true English or Spanish. Across the room, Lux hears her name, looks up, not moving closer, just watching now. She can tell her name is involved. That's enough. Geo notices her looking, immediately looks away. Stop. No, I already talked to her. When? Earlier. That was a check-in, not a conversation. Geo exhales sharply. I don't need a conversation. Jay points at him like she's presenting evidence in court. There it is! There's what? The problem. Geo goes quiet for half a second. That actually lends a bit. Across the room, Lux shifts slightly. Not interfering yet, just listening. Pause nearby, quietly mutters, "Oh my god! Coming!" Yeah? Yeah?
I'm gonna dig up some worms.
No.
Huh.
Cause I'm reading a story at the moment. That's cool.
6 years ago.
Oh. Wow.
Oh.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you.
Okay, well that's nice.
Where are you going? Who are you reading to?
Myself? I'm just trying to read out loud.
You're talking to someone.
I'm reading out loud.
What are you reading?
It's a story I'm creating, and it's involved with AI, but it's like something interesting. I want waffle fries. Oh my god. Who's a problem? Guys, the kittens are ganging up on me. I don't know how to feel about that. This is entertaining. Not helping. I am not involved. You are literally watching. I am observing. Same thing. Back to Geo. Jay steps closer now. Not aggressive. Just incident. You don't like when things feel weird. No. And right now things feel weird. It feels weird. Geo doesn't answer immediately because that part is true. Across the room, Lex finally stands up slightly, not rushing, just preparing to move if needed. Gio sees that too, and that makes him tense again. She's fine. I didn't say she wasn't. Then what do you want? Jay pauses, then points across the room. I want you to stop acting like you're on the outside of your own Oh! 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 I want you to stop acting like you're on the outside of your Oh. Jay. Pardon. What? I want you to stop acting like you're on the outside of your own relationship. Silence. That lands harder than her usual teasing. Gio doesn't respond right away. His jaw tightens slightly. Lex hears that sentence, and now she's fully focused. Not worried, just attentive. That's what I'm wondering. Why? But I like him. Sunshine? Gio immediately looks over. What? Not sharp, just caught. Lex takes a small step closer. Still calm, still soft. Are you okay? Same questioner as always, but this time he doesn't have an instant answer. Jane noticed that immediately. Of course she does. Oh, wow. Stop talking. No. Lex is now standing within speaking distance, not crowding, just present. Gio looks between Jay and Lex once and then exhales slowly. I'm not avoiding you. Pause. He shifts slightly, less defensive now, more honest. I just don't like when things feel off and I can't fix it immediately. Jay quiet. Jay quiets slightly after that. Lex softens instantly. It's not off. Gio looks at her. I think it's just everyone thinking too much at once. A beat. Gio doesn't respond immediately. Then, you were with Nikolai. Not accusing, just fact. Lex nods. Yeah? Gio watches her carefully. And Lex doesn't hesitate. And I checked on him. Simple, honest, no drama. That actually deflates something on Gio a little bit. Not fully, but noticeably. You always do that? Is that bad? Gio pauses, then shakes his head slightly. No. It's just a lot sometimes. Jay immediately mutters, "He said it!" Jay, I'm just commentating. Pause quietly. This is resolving. Don't jinx it. Lex takes a small step closer to Gio now. Not forceful. Just gentle What's with the kittens and wanting to touch me? Sunshine, Gio looks at her again. I can check on people and still be here. It's not either. Silence. Gio processes that slowly. Then, yeah. Quiet. Wow. What is going on here? What is going on here? What is with y'all? Oh my god. What is going on? That's what I'm wondering. Not fully resolved, but the tension loosens just slightly. Jace sighs dramatically. Finally! Don't celebrate. I already am. Lex gives a small relieved breath. and stays where she is, not fixing anything further, just present. And this time, Geo doesn't pull away from her. He just stays right there in the same space again. Not perfectly calm, but no longer split between everyone. I guess that's... wow. That's what I'm trying to figure out. My brain's not processing. It seems like Geo and Lux just had a little... kind of thing because Geo started overthinking, obviously, about that last part. It's getting spicy. Now I need to know, is Nikolai gonna go to Voss or to Lux? Aw, darn it. Okay. I mean, later in the story. Yeah. Nikolai's long-term pull, Lux versus Foss. Lux, safe connection he doesn't have to perform for. Over time, Lux becomes the person Nikolai is most likely to stay near without thinking about it. Return to after distancing himself. Trusts with silence, not just words. Allow concern from without immediately rejecting it. But important detail, he doesn't cling to her emotionally. He just stops treating her presence as something he has to manage. So with Lux, the progression is distance, familiarity, quiet dependence in a subtle, non-dramatic way. Not romance-coded necessarily. More like emotionally, stably, proximity, It's not, though, and that's... Let's not get too personal about this roleplay. I beg. The mirror he can't ignore. Boz doesn't soften things. He questions them, analyzes them, pushes inconsistence into the open. So Nikolai's relationship with Foz long-term becomes discomfort, engaging, resilient, respect, selective honesty. Foz is not safe in the comfort sense, but he is useful in the self-aware sense. So Nikolai doesn't relax around Foz. He clarifies himself around Foz. So who does he lean towards? Not one or the other. He splits roles. Oh. I don't have to disappear here. I can't lie to myself here. The actual long-term truth, the spicy part, Nikolai doesn't choose between them because they fulfill different needs. Belonging without explanation, understanding without comfort. So, like, instead of a triangle rivalry, it is more of like he is open with Lux, but more self-aware with Foss. Okay, please continue the roleplay. The tension doesn't snap. It just loosens. It just loosens like a knot that stopped being pulled. Geo is still near Lux, not blocking her, not hovering, just staying in her orbit a bit more steadily. Now, Jay has finally stopped pushing him, for now. She looks satisfied in a dangerous way, like she's filled something away for later teasing. Foz has drifted back into observation mode. Nikolai is still at the edge, but not as far as before. Closer to the group's acceptable distance rather than the true outskirts, and Lux is just there. Calm again, but still quietly aware of everyone's position in the room. Okay, but no. I didn't even say anything yet. You were about to say something that would ruin everything again. Fair. The room resets a little. Energy comes back. Normal chaos resumes. But something subtle has changed. Nobody's fully ignoring Nikolai anymore. And Nikolai hasn't fully retreated either. He exhales slowly, looking toward the group. Then, after a pause, steps forward. Not into the center, just closer. Foz notices immediately. Of course he does. That's new. No, it isn't. It is. Quite. Foz smirks faintly, but doesn't push. Across the room, Lex notices too. Her attention shifts slightly toward him again. Not worried now, just present. Geo sees that shift. His jaw tightens for half a second, then relaxes again when Lex doesn't move away from him. He stays where he is, but watches. Oh, I see what's happening. What's happening? Everyone is pretending nothing is happening. That's literally always happening. No, this is different pretending. It's not pretending. I hate when he's right. Oh my god. This is insane. I'm still trying to figure out why you and Foz are just not agreed. 3 years or something. Nikolai again. He stops near the midline of the room now. He's not central, but no longer removed. He glances briefly at Lux, then at Foz, then away. Not avoiding, just softly to herself. He came back in a bit. Geo hears that, looks at her. Yeah, a beat. He does that. Not annoyed, just observant. Lex nods slightly. I think he's trying. I feel like they're trying not to be full-on crazy. Geo doesn't answer immediately. Then, probably. Not fully convinced, but not dismayed to see it either. Foz can't help himself. He leans slightly towards Nikolai again. So, was that your answer earlier? What answer? The edge of the room, Folio Sophie. A pause. Nikolai exhales. It wasn't a folio, Sophie. It kind of was. It's just how I move. Then... And now? Nikolai pauses. Looks briefly at Lex again. Longer this time. Then back. Habit, not defense. Lex notices that shift. She doesn't interrupt, doesn't approach, just watches him settle differently than before. He's not leaving the room anymore. Just choosing where he stands inside it. Geo notices her expression a little. Her expression again. Holy frick. What? Nothing bad. Just... He's changing where he stands. Geo looks back at Nikolai, then back. Yeah. Then he goes quiet. Wow, that's kind of sad. Final beat of the moment. The room continues moving. The chaos turns fully. But now Lex is inside the room's orbits instead of outside. Lex is no longer anxious, just observant. Geo is watching but no longer tense. Foz is curious but not pressing too hard. And for the first time in a while, nothing is being forced, nothing is being avoided. Just everyone adjusting to, this is where that patience shut up. What's that? Oh my god. This is where that patient comes in. The room, patience phase. The chaos back to normal. not loud in a stressful way anymore. Just the group doing what it always does. Background music, small jokes, movement, life continuing. Nikolai stays where he is now. Oh my god. Freaking hate myself. Freaking hate myself. Wish I could be anyone else. Let me be anyone else.